Ebusuani komo ewo channel so aha AGH Politics Avenue. Political stories and trending because make headlines. And ye jimre na edi bi exomo. Eni dim ahon brakse mu se ende edi kanya. Be sure so subscribe to the channel. But when you so hit notification bell so share na adofo account so ense entumi enkebi. Ebusua yenko story nim. Na the base party asagro. Sisi the base party no agin hina onua enye asem koto akra. Me no ka say omu atimi astati omu original campaigns ha onua omu agegegigi adan na amononofo so asoso omu asena omu disika wura ma onua me no ka say NPP ani ayeko a enya asem koto akra so omu so nyina na say sisi ade the base party no ebia na eba be collapse eye NPP party na onua me no ka say oma ye nhyiamu bi a mame emfa wunguram na yenhwe nsema hodo atimi epim ewo ho aha AGH Politics Avenue yenko nseminim.
Your office your office no just 2 rooms. Now me here your cook master. Send a position for we are my office. Oh, what the whole house at home. What's the with it? Something with the never 7 office or something with the 7. That's 2 is more than we let the people say. Many of us may have it. The boy obi di na apostle first for ni na my yeah was not this mama ya na sio na wo ni yan pa je ne pe afi me get this as also we so we ta ja atra je mo le ti atra and je wona me fa mo wan me fa mo wan no ba pe so and you said ya ko tete no me fa me fa yin I'm going to say, I'm going to say, property. The headquarters are very young. I say, Gemma, so the women are headquarters in one year, and they are you put a month amount. And I'm sure, yeah, the American office, the dining in Lancashire. Yeah, what Cassano? Yeah, so you, yes, see, your baby beer. If I say, God, for whom I require a person. No, say I dey farm where you so. And this party be over 16 good years now. I'm more to say warehouse. No. Yeah, you say businessman and person of Uganda. And you say businessman. I dey farm where you so. The best the buyer here is Uganda. I dey farm where you so. The best.
Oria we no free hon so a mame emfa wo enko eye Ghana ni Burkina Faso ho nsensem a onua me no kasai eye Burkina aban no atimi abande eye tomatoes a Ghana fo akofa firi ho se omode ba eye omanyimu onua eye arehosem a enya asem koto akra imprempren pa me no kasai pa de se oman no antimi anfo omunan ensi fom se ebia omoye nhihye bi ama yetimi anya tomatoes dia ene ye me no mienu ye koto kenka eye ti tomatoes paste one no eno ene ye betwimoku na ya de afra ne ye di onua enya asem koto akra entoze hu ebe ye den na we say ena nimdifo bi nso e kire se da bi nansenya Ghana aban no etimi atwen Burkina Faso aso a onua enya asem koto a ne nyina ne se omu gusa omu ebeyifri eye kan say habo ho no enya de a Ghana ban no de nhihye bi ato se enya bayato forcing se enya ade a ombemba omu de afafom biem gise bia ye de omu de fa cargo plane a onua eno so ekoye asosye de ma wo ma na enye asem koto akra na we sei na ebinom so eka se ebi ene punishment ye de ma wo mu ena wo mu so ahwe ho so di bi ai amayen na me no ka se lawyer Martin Pegbu ene Alfredo Kanzi atrase o TV3 key point so a insemi omu edom square enye asem koto akra be sure o se yemu nwram ne hwe ne yeko ene de ba
Assalamu alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum salam. Good, good. It's good. Today you are probably attired for the occasion. That's why I was saying come this way. Maybe I should have been in a hijab. Hijab and is it abaya, right? Yeah, so next year we shall have a date on this very day.
Sure.
So that to be uniform. Yes, it's good. I mean, and it's good the way we are integrating.
True.
You know, now even Christians and other religious faiths have taken over the Eid celebrations, etc.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's good. I mean, we've always had this strong tradition of living together, okay, in peace, diversity. Yeah, because that's one of our greatest strengths, where we've intermarried across ethnic backgrounds and the religious backgrounds. It's good because when you pick a gun and you want to shoot, you may end up shooting your own cousin or nephew, etc. So it's good. It will take us very far.
Absolutely.
We are just left with the bit of the laziness. We don't like to confront it that way. We think because we are speaking English, we are not lazy. But this tomato conversation will show that there's a bit of laziness in our structure. Yeah, because we can't be that hungry. Just cross Adenta right now. See, vast areas of arable lands. Just Adenta. When the more you cross,
Yarifa, yes.
And yet we are here every year complaining about tomatoes, etc. Go to Akumadan. I'm sure we'll come there. So let me do the rituals first, and then we would continue. So once again, we want to thank the good people of Ghana for making this show. They are unparalleled and uncontested #1 show.
Indeed.
The way we've been popping the charts, I mean, it's amazing. You look at the numbers, you're like, yes, the people of Ghana know where to tune in on Saturday mornings. So good show. Continue to keep it at #1 and continue to bring in your insights, because without your insights, this program is not complete.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's
And once again, want to do the history, remind ourselves a little bit about the valiant people who stood up when Akufo-Addo was maltreating us, right? Yes, and to us, so for Ekufu, Oseadeyo Ajimambedu, the second, Gamanche, Kentucky Teku through the second. We hope Gamanche is far better now, right? Maybe you should be interviewing to see how he's faring now.
I think it will be a good call.
Yes, yes. Gamanche, we are very grateful and wish you a speedy recovery. And of course, Tugbi Afede. Yeah, Tugbi Afede is now on the council of, is it Yale School of Law?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great achievement. That's good. So we thank you very much, the people of Ghana. Let's get into it. Of course, we've not forgotten the men above 40. Please, the prostate check. Please do it. Prostate check. Once you're above 40, it's mandatory. Start checking early. We don't want to lose you needlessly. All right? And then those who pee outside, please stop peeing outside. Both men and women.
Very important
stop
campaign.
peeing outside. It makes us very backward. I mean, it's humiliating. The more you pee outside, the more it blemishes all of us. We are all tarnished. When one man pees outside, it blemishes the whole society. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we had some officials from the Ghana Health Service actually reach us within the week to commend the over 40-year-old campaign you've been making for prostate cancer check. So this is to you from the Ghana Health Service.
All of
it's
us.
an important.
It's your platform. TV3 always does it, you know.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you so much. Now, Dr. Peter Boama Otokono is also joining us on Zoom. And it's for a good reason, because when it comes to the agricultural policy of this administration at the presidency, he's the one who is leading it and thinking through that policy. Doc, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Alfred, and thanks for having me.
Perfect. Now, this is the picture that we're starting this conversation with, and taking into consideration the fact that what is happening in Burkina Faso, this is what we're having to face. 75% or more of our tomato needs come from Burkina Faso. The government of that country has decided to look inward. A troubling development, Council, you say? Let me start with you on this.
Well, I always believe that they say what? Is it behind every cloud, there's a silver lining, right?
Absolutely.
So, and I like the way the Deputy Agric Minister is put it, John Dumelo, that it's an opportunity for us to then also step up. Yeah, because we can't continue to be fed by Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is essentially Sahelian, dry.
True.
Dry land.
But they are doing something right.
Exactly, and we are here speaking big English. I always say that, Ghana, it looks like the moment you go to university, okay, you finish university, when we are counting, excuse my language, but it's good we confront it, fools or stupid people, you are not in because you have a university degree. That's just how it appears. And so it permeates through the way we do our things. So the moment you go to university, then generally, it's like, oh, Agric is not for you. Agric is for the other persons who haven't made it to university, etc. Largely, I'm talking about the perception. But we also know that the reality is that even the president, even the executive secretary, Kalisus Mama, etc., Minta Kando, and other ministers are big-time farmers. So you see that I've said this a number of times, that, since the president took office, he hasn't shown us pictures of his farms again. The last time I saw GM's farm was after the election. Then I saw him in a, what do you call it, combined harvester. That's how we call it. I hope the name hasn't changed. The one that's used for harvesting rice.
Yes.
That was the last picture I saw before he took office. But after that, his handlers haven't brought us pictures of him on a farm. I don't believe that for the year JM hasn't been to the farm. All I'm talking about in one word, as I develop my point, is about behavioral change.
True.
So we need to be able to do a bit of screening that's showing, broadcasting a lot of the big people who are into farming. So if there's a program dedicated to that, for the big shots. So the more you see your president on the farm, and that's one thing I have against Baumia. I remember the last time I said that it's good that Christian Benin is here. I said, Baumia, you come from the north. For 8 years, I never saw Baumia in a picture on a farm. I was like, look, I lived in the north, right? Part of my lineage is from there. Who went to farm? If you come from the north, 8 years, there's no picture. I did them 8
is that
years.
to say that we'll find out if he has a farm?
I haven't said, no, even
but
if you do.
The fact that you didn't see him on in a picture on a farm may not necessarily mean that he doesn't have a farm.
No, but that's bad. So that's what I'm saying, the handlers. So
we have this problem.
So you need to project. No, let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay, let me
tokens. You don't
it's
want
not tokens. No, it's not tokens.
Okay, gentlemen.
It's how you socialize. It's not tokenism. It's you know this guy, what do you call the peanut farmer, the US president, the Christian one, Jimmy Carter. Yeah, Jimmy Carter was a peanut farmer. Yeah, he was trained as a Navy engineer, etc. Right? Sorry?
So all our presidents shall hopefully.
It goes a long way.
When you have medical problems, all of them should be doctors.
Oh, no, that's what they have.
And when you have transport problems, all of them should be.
It goes a long way. Well, that's your thinking, but it goes a long way when you project big people. So what did I say? I was saying big people in what? Agriculture. So that the teeming youth who have no jobs will see that, it's not as denigrating as we think. Okay? Yeah, denigrate. Yeah, that's what it is. So it means that, yes, you can go to uni, you can be PhD, and I've seen a lot of PhD farmers. That's why I said, let's have a dedicated program for them so that we can continue to show those people. Then as the youth see this, then it will help to erase their thinking that farming is for those who haven't made it to uni. It's a strong perception. You can't wipe it away. So that's different from what Kofi and Akwesi are thinking. You get the more I mentioned your candidate list. We are not talking politics. I'm just showing you a practical example that the leader should lead. This is what we mean by leadership by example. Yes, leadership by example, right? Yeah, because I mean, look at the land. We have so much land. Akumadan, of course, the tomatoes herb of Ghana, right? There's a lot of arable land there.
Right.
You go to the north, via irrigation farms. Yeah, come in Nkrumah's time, yeah, they did a lot of irrigation,
Indeed.
Tono, etc., other parts of the north. So, in one word, we have no excuse. Even people who are in deserts, Israel, Burkina Faso, they are doing serious agriculture.
Absolutely.
And we are here and doing all manner of things and thinking that because we speak English, everything is fine. That's why I said there's a bit of laziness in the whole approach. Because if we were hard working enough, I'm sure by now we would have psyched up our teeming youth to go into agriculture. Yes, there's a matter of capital, I'm aware. So when I say go in, I'm not saying go in barehanded. No, go in with government support.
Yeah.
Remember the NDC administration, the first one. Now the head of the Community Water and Sanitation Agency, Vincent Kouabenu. You know, when he was in charge of the National Service
yes.
in the first JM's first administration,
Yeah.
they did an excellent job. The National Service farm that they had those years, yeah, they did very well. I remember seeing them on TV, and the man was ruthless. So I remember even when JM came the second time, I thought, oh, that's where they will send him back to, so that he will help to ramp up agriculture. So the thing is that it's humiliating for us as a nation. It's very humiliating. We can't have natural resources like this and still be hungry. The tomatoes import is just this is the tip of the iceberg. We know about poultry, we know about rice, we know about etc. And that's why in 2016 we brought in what? Akufo-Addo, because he said, oh, that's the Gettysburg economy. You know, we export cocoa, the gold, etc. And then we end up using our money to buy rice, poultry, oil, right? And that's why he said he would dismantle in what? 18 months. And that sounded very laudable. It looked like the game changer. The game changer. We brought him in, and for 8 years at the time they were going, the poultry industry had apparently collapsed. So we had reversed. Yes. That's why I asked the poultry people. By the time you guys were leaving, the poultry industry had virtually collapsed. So the thing is that, and you know, from Kwame Nkrumah's 7-year development plan, you check from independence, this matters. They've bedeviled us, despite everything that Kwame Nkrumah did. You know, there's also the part about the Ghanaians' insatiable appetite for foreign goods. You see the tomatoes, now they're showing that, oh, the Burkina Faso one has what? More fiber. Ours is watery. Well, it's difficult, but, you know, sometimes we have to patronize what we produce. Like Dan Latte said, domestication.
There's a challenge there. If you, the domestication and then also loving your country, how does that influence consumer demand or consumer preferences? Because it is what you can afford that you use your money for, not so much about how patriotic you are. So you are looking out for a quality item, is it not? An item that's nutritious. The reason why you will have even the traders tell you that way-free Burkina if you go to the market. Because they would tell you that it's rich in fiber, they'll give you the ingredients. And you have some from, you have Abidjan pepper or something of the sort. We're importing all sorts of things. So that's where the issue is, because they're also selling to you what they know is of a certain quality.
Good. It's not to say that ours is of an inferior quality, but I understand it's about the shelf life, the longevity. So the watery one apparently spoils, like you say locally or colloquially, faster than the one with the higher fiber. That's my understanding of it. So it means that we have to look at what? Processing, the value chain. So we have to look at processing. That will help to curb. But we can't say that, oh, just because this is watery, we shun that. It's like the debate about rice. So I can tell you that, look, I don't buy foreign rice. No, not in my house. Of course, where, you know, the women control. But anytime I have the opportunity, it's all about local rice. So we still come back to that behavioral change, because we've been accustomed, a lot of people, that, oh, it's a foreign one that's better. They will say, oh, perfumed rice. Right? So, and in terms of the quality, you know, we've developed some local varieties that are now coming up. I hear it's called Kwabna.
Tomatoes is called Kwabna.
Yesterday I followed, there's a professor, a Dutch professor who came in and they've done some work. So I understand now with our Kwabna, hopefully when they scale up, we should be fine in terms of looking for higher fiber, right?
Let me welcome Alice. You've heard his voice already, but it's just for good reason I have to officially acknowledge his presence. Kofi Bentil is Vice President of Imani Africa. He's a private legal practitioner, and he has love for Ghana and an undiluted love for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
And that's where he gets it wrong.
No, please. Lawyer Kofi Bento. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. Don't mind this man.
You're going to oblivion with that choice.
Wait, please.
Good. So I'll waste my time on the point, but just, you see, when we get to it, I also looked around the thing. The problem sometimes we have, and on the issue of tomato, is tokenism. Sometimes we don't want to deal with the problem. You want your president to go and work on a farm because tomorrow you have transport problems, you should become a transport. Tomorrow you have let's drop that. But since he uses the early times to do his politics, see, it's not on the topic. There are a few things that nowadays when I see I also mention. So yesterday I posted something about some marine vessel that had broken down in the middle of the front plane somewhere. And there were people on the thing stuck there for 3 hours, can't move, can't go anywhere. And I'm like, who is the district chief executive there? What is our government doing? There are so many little things that just happen, and then you realize that, look, we are all at risk. If that vessel was taking water, those people would die.
Absolutely.
So some of these
planes,
things, from planes, and I put it on Facebook.
Right.
It is a bit worrying.
It's one to follow up on.
We'll get to some of the other things.
Perfect.
But good to be here.
Truly appreciate it. Thank you. Professor Ransford Jampo is the CEO of the Ghana Shippers Authority. There's another name he has, which I was going to add, but he is also a professor of political science at the University of Ghana. It's actually good to know that you still go back to the lecture hall, to contribute to growing minds. Prof, good morning. Welcome.
Morning. Thanks. And good morning to Martin, to Reverend Bento, and to Akosia, who has started attacking me off camera.
It started already?
Attacking me off camera. Akosia, good.
We ensama hodo etimi koso chene so da sene so ba din dia dumbi edom ye dia onia e besenhia